Let's get down to business. Fantasy football, week 3, the NFL. Start him, sit him. I'm going to tell you who's going to get the points and who's not. So let's get started with who is going to put up the points for you. Let's get things started by talking about Tajae Sharpe. Yeah, he didn't put up that many last week, but he is a rookie receiver who's made a nice transition into the NFL thus far. Andre Johnson is the guy who caught the touchdown pass from Mariota last week. However, Sharpe is the primary option in this offense. He's a budding young star. I like him especially in PPR leagues. Going up against the Raiders on Sunday. Derek Carr, he is going to have the chance to really shred a suspect Tennessee Titans passing secondary. I think Carr could have a big day here. He's one of the bright up-and-coming young talents in the National Football League. So Derek Carr, looking like a pretty good bet to get points. Michael Floyd going up against the Bills. The Bills really have one of the worst secondaries in the NFL. They made Ryan Fitzpatrick look incredible last week. So if you can make Ryan Fitzpatrick look good, you have serious problems. Michael Floyd is going to get his. Now, we all know Larry Fitzgerald is going to get his, but the Buffalo Bills defense is so bad that I think both receivers figure to have big days on Sunday. Devante Parker of the Miami Dolphins, he's a talented young receiver. He is fully healthy now, it seems. So putting him up against the Cleveland Browns, a team that we all seem pretty confident that they're going to struggle most of the year. I like Parker in that game. He could have a very, very big day catching passes, even from Ryan Tannehill. So in terms of who's back, Dennis Pitta. Dennis Pitta is back. He is healthy. He's ready to go. And what a great matchup for him to come back into the Ravens lineup, because he's going up against a Jacksonville Jaguars defensive front that is not going to get much pressure on Joe Flacco. So I like Pitta to get his catches, get his yards, and really make things happen for the Ravens offense. So Dennis Pitta looking like a nice start in that one. Tyrell Williams of the San Diego Chargers could really benefit from Keenan Allen's absence. It was really tough seeing Keenan Allen go down. This creates a heck of an opportunity for Tyrell Williams going up against the Colts, who have probably the worst defense in the NFL. It's really a matchup begging for Williams to put up big numbers. Now, Jeremy Langford, in terms of a running back I really like, Langford is the guy. He is going up against the Cowboys on Sunday Night Football. And the Cowboys' front seven has really been ravaged by suspensions. They have the propensity to give up major rushing yards. So I think Jeremy Langford, the talented young running back, I like him to have a good day there. Now, in terms of Sid'em, who am I low on this week? Who is going to let you down? Well, let's first start with the guy who's going to let down tons of fantasy owners everywhere because they're going to be counting on him. Jeremy Hill of the Cincinnati Bengals is going to run into a whole lot of nothing against that stout, to say the least, defensive front of the Denver Broncos. The Broncos are going to shut him down. They're going to shut him down, and then they're going to shut Giovanni Bernard down. Of course, Bernard has more ability when it comes to catching passes than Hill, so perhaps Bernard might even be the better play in PPR leagues. But Jeremy Hill is going to let you all down on Sunday. Now, Sammy Watkins is a guy who has frustrated fantasy owners so far, and he's going to do more of the same. He couldn't even finish last week's game. He's not healthy. He's not where he needs to be. But I still expect him to play. However, if he does play, assuming he plays, he's going to have a tough matchup. He's going to go up against one of the best corners in the NFL with Patrick Peterson of the Arizona Cardinals. So Peterson's going to shut Watkins down. Watkins is going to let you down. So bench Sammy Watkins. Matt Jones. He is going to run into a whole lot of nothing against the New York Giants front. The Giants have those two massive defensive tackles. I talk about running into a whole lot of nothing. Maybe Jones can get a little something, but not enough to make fantasy owners happy. Rashad Jennings. This is a week where I'm bearish on quite a few running backs. Rashad Jennings of the Giants is going to have a tough go moving forward because he's losing carries to Shane Vereen. Vereen is oftentimes known as a pass-catching running back. When you're stealing carries from Jennings too, that's bad news for a guy that a lot of fantasy owners like to start. So Rashad Jennings is not going to put up that many points moving forward, I think, with the way things are going. Now, other running backs who people might be tempted to start, the backup guys like Matt Asiata or what have you in Minnesota. they're not going to put up points. They're not going to really get it done against that Carolina defense. You know, the Carolina Panthers defense is going to be very strong against the run. Don't pick them up. Don't do it. Now, Carlos Hyde. Carlos Hyde is he got off to a great start in week 1. You know, I thought Hyde is and still think he is a talented back. However, going up against that Seahawks defense, it's not going to end well for him. I think especially on the road, Carlos Hyde is bound to disappoint. So really just a week where I'm very down on many running backs. But hey, this is a passing league. What do you expect? So with that, I leave you with my fantasy football start 'em, sit 'em for week 3.